your hands in the air. It's
Dr. Do, Dr. Do.
Mixing sodas with the beer. It's
Dr. Do, Dr. Do.
So why don't everybody cheer it?
Dr. Do, Dr. Do.
This is the one right here, y'all.
Throw your hands in the air. It's
Dr. Do, Dr. Do.
Mixing sodas with the beer. It's
Dr. Do, Dr. Do.
So why don't everybody cheer it?
Dr. Do, Dr. Do.
This is the one right here, y'all.
You got
What is y'all, your social media platform artist and the host of the great YouTube channel. I'm your host, your one, the only, Dr. Do here, everyone. How are we on this wonderful Monday afternoon here, y'all? Today's video, I want to cover another story right here. It's a crime story, which I want to talk to y'all about right here, y'all. Because this one is going to be, excitement. Sorry about that. It's going to be a... It's gonna be sad and tragic, and also one of the most messed up stories that have happened in the United States. It happened around 2019, early 2019 till 2023. This story was covered for a long while. Media outlet were everywhere. Story about this is something that y'all never heard, or you might heard of. Today's video, I want to talk to you about this person right here named Lori Vallow. Yeah, this is a story that people want to hear about. This woman right here, you guys never heard of her. She was considered the mother that killed her own 2 children. This story was something that nobody haven't heard for a while. She was considered one of the most messed up mothers, and not one of the most evilest mothers that have ever been seen on media. And also with her. It was also about love interest, everything that happened on that story. Alright, before we get started on this video, if you guys new to the YouTube channel, please subscribe to the channel, hit notification down below, comment down below, see what you guys think about this story right here. If you guys want Dr. Do merch, go to content bureaus, get you guys Dr. Do shirts, merch, drinkwares, hats like this. Something that would make y'all sending the great channel right here, y'all. You guys want something that would give you hydration, energy, or protein? Well, go to Be Charged to give you guys Dr. Do hydration, energy, or protein right here to give you guys enough energy or enough hydration or enough protein to get your body to the whole entire day. You also, guess what? You guys can get a sample of D for free. Alright, y'all? It's happening right now. Give yourself a free sample of this. Alright, but you gotta pay delivery. Alright, y'all? So, without further ado, let's get this party started. What the? Hold on a second. Alright. So, onto the video. Alright, so when I saw this story, I started to learn. I heard about this story and the case that happened back in 2019. I saw the Netflix series called The Sin About Murder or something like that. They tell a story about this woman named Lori Vallow. She was considered one of the most caring mothers that ever had in the family. She was considered a nice, respectful young woman, and also proud mother of 3 kids. All right, I don't know, I forgot the name it. I think Colby or something, but him and his sister. He had 2 siblings named Kylie and JJ. All right, she had a wonderful life and beautiful children, but however, she had a history of been in toxic relationship for a while, until she met a man named Charles Vallow. Alright? She considered him like a true love interest and also a father figure to her oldest son. But however, everything changed when she met a religion man, a Mormon pastor of a different Mormon group. Alright? He would talk about the apocalypse and the Revelation, all that stuff. What about to come in the year that about to happen in the 21st century. And also, that meeting is where everything changes her life, because if she would have met this man named Chad Daybell, then her life would not be in bars right now. Because ever since she met Chad Daybell, her personality, her life, and her mentally changed everything because of him, and they became close pals. Get what I mean? They were getting into a secret relationship ever since meeting each other. And also, there were crazy thing about this, right? Because Chad Daybell was married to his wife named Tammy, and she and him had 5 kids and a wonderful life together. But however, ever since he met Lori Vallow, his personality and everything which he built had now changed because of her. They both claim they know each other in their previous lives, or many times throughout their whole entire previous history, but they claim they had been always loved each other before they were reincarnated or something like that. Alright? And so there's been a lot of craziness and also a lot of closer loving interest around that. Alright, by February, Lori Vallow's husband named Charles had made a complaint about his wife believing that there are demons around her. There is a force that is coming to snatch her children away. Something religion. Alright? He complained about that, and also heard about what is happening in that. How he believed that he would worry about JJ and Tylee, because being around her will hurt the kids. He would worry about it, all that. But however, she had her whole family against him. On that same month, he divorced Lori and plan on trying to get his kid away from her. Like they were the custody battle for it. And also on July 1st, Charles was planning on telling Tammy, Chad's wife, about the secret relationship and the affair they've been having for the past couple months, which Tammy doesn't know about the secret relationship that Lori and Chad Daybell were having. Really, why do people want to be in? Here's my problem: relationships. All right, I want to have a relationship. All right, but when I see something like that, like cheating on your husband or your wife, that make me mad to see how would a person like you fell in love with a girl like her. All right, but however, for that couple of years, you started to lose your interest, and then fall in love with this other girl, and then started to have a secret relationship, and then you don't want her to know about your cheating on your whole entire life with this person. All right, I don't get it. I don't get why people had to do something like that. Just say that I'm losing my love interest with you. I think we need to find another relationship or something like that. Why not do that instead of cheating behind your wife or husband's back? I don't get why they had to do that stuff. Really, that's not right. And also, when Chad Daybell and Lori Vallow heard about that, they were like planning on doing something about it. And so on July 11th, so they decided to have Lori's brother Alex Cox helping them on planning to murder him, to keep the secret from Tammy. All right, this is one of the strangest story that gauge right there. Why Alex Cox doing in Lori's house? What was he doing there in the first place? Which the police were wondering about that. That one of the biggest gauges that happened on that particular one. Because on July 11, 2019, Charles was shot and passed away by he was shot by Lori's brother Alex Cox 2 times, and the police called the police and tell them what happened and stuff. But however, when they got there, they found his body on the ground, Charles' body on the ground, it turned out they didn't do nothing for him. All right, this is bad news right there. They wondered why they didn't give him CPR or all that stuff, because Alex and Lori want him to, him. All right, and so they decided at the dad. Lori decided to tell her oldest son, about what happened to Charles. She lied to him, and to other members of the family. All right, she had 3 different stories. One claimed that Charles died from a heart attack, which she told that to her older son, and then another story that she said told Charles' other children about what happened, and it's okay, y'all. I'm sorry for what happened. I miss him as well. But they didn't ask. But they asked about what happened. Why would their father pass away? She never get them a complete answer. All right. So after that, one of the biggest strangest thing that Lori was wondering when she could get the $1 million from Charles' insurance policy. Which turned out that she didn't get that because Charles gave that to his sister. The days after his death, all right, which is crazy for her. She would, to me, when I saw that, she would probably be mad about that, because when you think about it, this is what happened when you trying to have a secret affair with some other dude, all right, y'all. And what happened when you do that something, they would take you out either your will or your insurance policy right there. So you see where I'm going. Alright? And then what happened is one of the crazy things happened around September. Alright? A couple months after Charles passing, Tylee and JJ disappear. Alright? They suddenly disappear without telling nobody. Even the family member, like the grandparents, were wondering where JJ and Tylee is. And they called Lori multiple times, texting them, where are they? Alright? But on September 23rd, they were last seen alive. Because in one of the podcasts, JJ went in a podcast in his pajamas. Where y'all the last scene that he was taken to upstairs to go to bed and stuff. Alright, and all the last scene, they were also last seen at the Yellowstone Park as well. Which caused many investigators and everybody wondering where they are. They haven't seen them for a couple weeks, including they now haven't been seen at school as well. Which is crazy for many investigators, including family members. They asked Lori multiple times, where are the kids? And she had not responded about it at all. So, but however, what crazy about to happen next month, October 2nd, a man named Brandon, I'm going to say his name just Brandon because it's difficult to say his last name, but Brandon was shot at in Gilbert, Arizona after divorcing Lori's niece. One of the craziest things about it that after he divorced Lori's niece, he been attacked. He got shot at and reported to the police about being shot at. He believed that he believed that one of the members of Chad Daybell church was the one who was responsible for shooting at Brandon. Alright? But however, they have found no evidence about it. All they could tell is they were in a Jeep. Alright? Which is where things getting crazier and crazier and worse right there, because ever since that there's been another shooting that happened, because on October 9th, after that shooting, Tammy was shot at his own home, claiming it was thought to be a paintball, but it wasn't. It turned out she was shot at by a guy with an AR-15 rifle. One of the claim that the gun was mid-jam, or even didn't shot her at all, which is crazy to say. First there was that shooting, and this shooting, that is intense. 10 days later, she passed away. and also getting Chad Daybell got over $430,000 from her insurance policy right there, which is one of the crazy things to solve about it. So what happens after that? A week after that, after Tammy passing, Chad Daybell told one of his members that he finally found a girl he fell in love with, Lori Vallow. Which is crazy because everybody was questioning about that, like, your wife that you've been married for for about 20 something years passed away, and then you marry a new one. That is crazy to do. Like, you should you should, moan for your, sorry. It's so sad to see that. He didn't care about his wife. He doesn't care what happened to her. He doesn't care. They were claiming that he faked his crying about what happened with Tammy, all that, which is completely false. It turned out he never loved her at all. That makes me sick about it. He never cared for her. So after that, after announcing that he finally found a girl he loved, he decided to marry her on November 5th, 2019 in Hawaii. Alright? Look right here. They didn't see the kids at all in the post or picture, but they did found by the FBI and the police that she got herself a wedding ring with Chad Daybell, which he got it around early 2019. With it crazy, she used that money to get herself a marriage ring, so she can wear it with Chad Daybell. She was using Charles' money to get herself a marriage ring, which is crazy to see. And also, right after being married, on November 26th, the police visited Lori's home and asked where the kids are. They asked Lori where they are. She responded that they were with her friends, but it turned out the police went to see her friend and tell her that she did not have the kids, which is crazy because she lied about where they are. Even the friends called them and asked about that. But however, they deny everything about it. Like, you are questioning your religion or you questioning our trust and stuff? That they were trying to make excuses. So after that, they went back to Lori's house, and guess what? Everything was completely empty. They left, and guess what? They went. All right. So after that, they decided to leave. She and Chad Daybell went to Hawaii to live there for the rest of their life. They basically ran from the authorities in Idaho. This was something that was crazy, that the family never seen Lori do something like that. And try to get away from the authority, that is messed up for her to do. She should know that Hawaii part of US, right? And she knows that they were going to come after her. And so on around that, the police decided to give her a couple months until she showed them that that Tylee and JJ are fine. Which a couple months later, she never showed them, and she been hiding from the media. And so what happened? February 20th, 2020, Lori was arrested in Hawaii and sent back to Idaho, where she faces charges. During her court case, they demand her, where are the kids? They demanded her and Chad Daybell to tell them where they are in court, but she never responded. And Chad tried to make over $1 million bail to get her out. One of her older sons, Lori's son, was mad. He had a problem with Chad Daybell. Ever since he came to her life, he changed her personality and her mentally. her older son been talking to his mom about where his brother and sister are, but she keep on mentioning this story. Okay, like Abraham and Isaac. Remember that story where the father was trying to attempt to sacrifice his son in the name of God, but the angel stopped him, proving that he is loyal to his faith and stuff, and God decided to tell him, don't harm your children at all. This is where the older son and the FBI and police were wondering about that story. And so, on June 9th, 2020, they had search warrants and decided to investigate Chad Daybell home on that day. All right. They look around in the house and stuff, and also the burial yard, known as the pet cemeteries over there. They uncover human remains of JJ entirely, meaning they were murdered. Tragic. Kylie was 16 years old. JJ was 9 years old. What? That's tragic. That is so tragic. On that day, Chad Daybell tried to drive out. He drove and tried to run away from the police. He tried to escape from the authority about the human remains in that house, on that graveyard. He tried to be like O.J. Simpson. Try to escape from the authorities. And guess what? He got his butt caught and got arrested for trying to run away from the authority and also trying to mess with the evidence, all that stuff. Before that, Chad called Lori about what they found and what they're looking at, and Lori like, oh no, she knew that she is in trouble for this. It made me sick to see this. It turned out that him, Alec Crocs, and Lori Vallow murdered JJ entirely. It was sad to see something like that happen to the poor children. Why? Why you took their lives away? Why you cut it short for them? You know why? They were in their way, basically. It turned out that I believe they were in their way of their relationships. I know Chad doesn't want to wait those 2 kids because he already had 5 kids and a wife he tried to keep his secret affair to. And guess what? Let me ask you, you know what else? I bet that Tammy doesn't know. I bet that around the time of that story, there was a story that Chad told his wife Tammy that he shot at 2 raccoons in a text, which is tragic to say that those raccoons were kids, to mean that Tammy doesn't know what was happening over there. It turned out she was doing something with her friends or her family member. I believe that Tammy was trying to figure out what happened to JJ entirely as well, because she had not seen them with Lori at all. I think that to me, Tammy was trying to figure out that there might be something to do with the disappearance of those kids, because I think that to me she would also been trying to figure it out, because when you think about it, Tammy doesn't know about the affairs or the disappearance of the kids at all. Which basically she's trying to uncover that, but however she passed away, making it unsolved for her to know the truth about it. So around 2021, Chad Daybell and Lori Vallow went in court. They both pled not guilty. This showed that they don't have no remorse. They showed they don't want them to know. No, they don't want nobody to know the truth. They don't want to plead guilty because they know they're guilty, and they don't want to plead guilty at all. They show they're cowards, and they don't want to take responsibility of their actions. And guess what? That action put them in jail and spent the rest of their life in there. Because in 2023, they were sentenced to life imprisonment. But well, you want to know something else? Lori tried to tell the court that she is mentally unbalanced. She tried to escape jail time for her. In the past 165 days, they say that she is stable. She is fine to be in court and be on trial, which showed that this mother had no regrets to do. She tried to hide her try to hide her insanity from the whole entire world. The older brother was asking about why she let it happen, and she tried to pin it on somebody else. She doesn't want to take accountability. She pretends she tried to protect them, but she never did. She never cared for them at all. If she does care, she would have prevented them from being taken out by Alex Krog, her brother, and Chad Daybell. I know Alex was the one who took the life of his niece and nephew. But however, we can know no possibility because he passed away like a couple of days after what happened with Tammy. Natural causes, alright? It's so sad and tragic to see children being mistreated right there. That mom and her secret evil boyfriend should take accountability of their action. They even including the fact that they are supposed to be religions. They're supposed to be protectors of their children. They're supposed to be following God's plan and all their rule, but they didn't do it. Alright? They are basically been following the devil's words, basically. Chad Daybell, Lori Vallow, you both don't deserve to come out of that jail at all for what you did. Let me ask you something, Chad. Were you planning on taking your children's life too? That's the question I wonder about that. I felt so sorry for those kids. Really. They don't deserve that. They deserve to have a good future, alright? They deserve to have a better life than ever. But now they're with God and now they're in heaven in peace. Rest in peace, kids. You don't deserve that. You don't deserve to die. May God be with you. And there you have it. This is the video I want to tell you guys about. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you have a great day. Please subscribe to this channel. Hit the notification down below. And comment down below what you guys think about this video. I hope you have a great day. I'll see you guys next time, alright? Peace out.